Hey everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Yeah, let's talk about it. So there's a comment, and I said I was going to do a video on it, as in this lady here. I think her name is Shaquelle Perry. I think. If not, I stand corrected in the comments. But I know the first name is Shaquelle. I think her name is Shaquelle Perry. That GoFundMe is going. You go, girl. So let's get to it. This comment, Honeydew7737 said, and this here, I don't know if everyone's going to understand, but I do, and I'm going to tell you why. Let's get to it. So, Honeydew 7737 said, I'm going to be honest and say that if one of my relatives had a child who was abused in that way, I wouldn't want him or her around my children. I would help as much as I could financially, though. Sad situation. So, referring to this video I did with Lady, I titled mine, This Happens a Lot. That's why we try to warn women. And so basically, single mother, 4 children, the baby daddy, I think they live together. And unfortunately, he is in prison because he SA'd their own daughter. And now, while she was facing, I'm hoping that's under control. She was facing eviction. It's filed. Um, the car repossession was an issue, and she was trying to get some help for like rental assistance, and that wasn't happening. They're like, "Oh, because you have a car," and it's like, "Well, my gosh, she has to get around transportation, has to go to work. She's got 4 kids." On the bus, that's really not going to be an easy option. Okay, so she was trying to raise $5,000, as I understand, I think to get the car paid off. Then that way she could maybe get some mental assistance, or it could kind of save some things up. So it was tough, and having 4 kids, working, uh, long hours. Then you may get a call about the daycare. Something at the school. So it's just like she's like, "Oh, you don't even get any sleep." Well, it's 4 kids, and it's all on you. So one of her daughter, and I don't know what the situation is. It's like, girls and boys, 2 girls, 3 girls, whatever. I know she has a son, I do believe. But she has a daughter, and the child was SA'd by her own father. He is in prison, as I understand. And some people say he got a 20-year service. Good. I hope it doesn't come out of there. And that's what I want to talk about. So when Honeydew 7737 says, I'm going to be honest and say that if one of my relatives had a child who was abused in that way, I wouldn't want him or her and my children. Let me tell you a story time. And these are people that I know, okay? So a friend of mine at the time, his sister, she and her husband, they were like he was like, the husband was John, he was late 30s, but the sister, she was like, like early 30s. Okay. Married couple, no children. They tried, could not get pregnant. They went ahead and adopted a little girl. So they picked up Mija, a little Hispanic girl. At the time they got her, she was 8 years old. Okay. Brought her home. Now, they gave a little background information, but they didn't give it all. And the reason I know that they give it all because of what they told us and what was happening later. So they gave a little background that she was raised in a family. The mother, we don't know, she just wasn't in the home, but it was the father. The father, some uncles was in the house, and I think the little girl had some older brothers. So this one little girl was raised in a home, all men. The mom, nowhere in the home. They adopted her. And as refuge says here, unfortunately, you do have to be extra cautious when they're around your children because of the bad behavior that was forced on them. Bingo. So the girl's 8 years old, and they got her home. Things seem to be okay. They happened to walk into her room, and she took off her underpants. This is not a video for young kids. I don't think so. If they're there, I'll count to 4 and let's maybe have them to leave the room. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get the princes and get the kids out, male or female. So the little girl, they found her, took her underpants off, and she was inserting things in her body, and you know where. Inserting things in her body. They tried to stop her from doing that. She started hitting them, trying to fight them. Mm-hmm. The man, which would be the one that adopted her, at that young age, she started to try to touch him in an inappropriate place below his waist. They weren't having it. Went to a birthday. There was a birthday party at the school. Mm-hmm. Behaviors learned. One of the well, correctional. There was a birthday party for one of those kids that she met at the school where she went to school. It wasn't at the school. The birthday party happened in the kid's home. That was the first and last birthday party she went for I don't know how long. As Honeydew 7737 says, I'm going to be honest and say that if one of my relatives had a child who was abused in that way, I wouldn't want him or her around my children. She went to the birthday party, kids playing, all over the house. She started doing what she does. One of the kids ran and told her mother, "Hey, she's doing this." Mama come running and seeing. And it was the kid's house where the birthday party was, I understand. They're shocked. Guess what? There were some other little kids who saw it too. So now she's kind of ruined the birthday party being sexual. They spoke with the parents, asked them to leave. No other invites. So here you are, this one child is at a party and you do something of this nature. The other kids were exposed to it. Who wants to be known at your birthday party you had this person here in your home and this happens? It's like, dang. Are you serious? Are you? Yes, ma'am. So they asked them to leave. It wasn't appropriate, and that was that. The little girl liked to play with little boys and their personal area and their private parts. How? The school called. We have a problem. And trust me, it wasn't the last call. It got so bad. She didn't even last a year before, I think they said within 6 months, it was so much with her and this behavior that they went back to the location where they adopted her from and tried to give her back. And they said they can't take her back. Yeah, once you sign those papers, that's yours. They took her up there, packed up her things. Maybe they should have called first, but they were so frustrated. They took her up there, packed up her things, and let them know we were having a whole lot of problems with her. You all didn't disclose this was going on with her. And that's when the lady told them, we don't take them back. This is your child. You just can't bring him back up here. No, this is your child. It's your responsibility now. There is no, I want to, undo the paperwork. Paperwork is signed. It's a legal adoption. They don't take them back. They won't take them back. So then they realized, so she is going back home with us. What all is going on? And I think this here is it seems kind of fraudulent. That's when they learn about how this behavior came about. The girl was raised in a home. Mija, Hispanic father, they said abused her, and so were the uncles in the home. a house full of men, and that's what his behavior came from. And they said the abuse that they noted, that abuse child was happening when she was 4, that they were aware of. But see, they didn't tell all this when it was. They just kind of hinted at, in an unloved tone. They didn't say it was this kind of abuse. They didn't say that. She was in a home full of men, relatives, her own father, and some uncles, and that's what they were doing to this girl. Hence the birthday. Hence how she's acting out. That's the norm for her. Behaviors learned. Again, it got so bad they took her back up there, but they wouldn't take her. Oh, she didn't get away. She started doing things, tearing up stuff. They were stuck with her, tried to take on a challenge, put her in counseling. Didn't work. 9 years old, problem. 10 years old, problem. 11 years old, problem. 12 years old, problem. Such a major problem. They put, you know what a burglar bar is? People use for security. They put a burglar bar on her bedroom window because she was sneaking out. Oh, she knew some little boys that were in a gang. And she had been, they said, with all the little boys in that little group, in that little set. They were helping her get out the house. That's why they put the burglar bar on it. You're not getting out. Try to sneak out, you're not getting out. What do you think? She didn't try, she did start fighting. Headbutting. Skipping school. So from the time they picked her up, it was just a problem. It was like, wow. Just a problem. Running away. Ain't nobody kidnapped her. She done run off with some boys. Sleeping with multiple boys in one setting. So you can figure that out. Allowing a TRAIN. She's allowing it. Unbelievable. So this here, when she said this, I'm going to be honest. If one of my relatives had a child who was abusing that way, I would want him or her around my children. That's what happened at that birthday party. That's what she did. 8 years old. Showing the kids an a SEX act. Problems in the school. So for this lady, don't be surprised if someone sees this video, your child in school, and if there's a play date or a birthday party and her child is not invited, because people don't want that around their children because they see what this child has been exposed to. They don't want to expose it to their children. And somebody said, oh, that's bad, that's harmful. I'm not a parent, but I have common sense. Oh, I totally get it. That's what the child's exposed to. This mother right here, she appears so stressed out. You think there's time for, how shall I say? You think there's time for her taking a child to therapy? To have a conversation that would happen to you was bad, unacceptable, that your body is precious, going to the doctor, get checked out. What if that old nasty thing had disease? You think there's time for therapy? So tell us, how do you feel? Let's talk about it instead of have it bottled up. When you're in a situation like this mom appears to be in, housing insecurity, transportation insecurity, food insecurity, just peace of mind insecurity, therapy is not going to be at the top of your list for your child, even though the child may need it. But there's so much going on. She's trying to hold on to a family all by herself. Not 1 or 2 kids, 4. And doesn't appear to anybody saying, hey, over here, come on, plenty of room, come on. What are the options? That's another reason, and I don't think maybe I don't know if she's aware of it or not, but she may not be cognizant of the fact that that might be a reason that some people don't want to help because you've got a child in that situation and they have children. She may not be cognizant of that and thinking, "Oh no, it's that they don't. Nobody wants to help me." It's that situation that could be a factor. I kind of wonder, has she ever thought about that? The seed of poverty and the harm he has inflicted on thee. Not, this is ridiculous. It's sad. So some people may want to help. They could put the brakes on it because they don't want to hear. Oh, CPS is coming to the house. They want to interview her. And then I saw in a video, she said somebody had turned her in. It's like, what, are you serious? For something ridiculous that she said she didn't do, did not engage in. But stop and think, taking her in. Oh, CPS is coming to the house. They want to ask some questions. Next thing you know, they may want. I mean, you don't know. They may start looking around, looking at somebody else's kids. What's going on in here? We don't know that. Neighbors looking. What's that vehicle doing there? I wonder who that is. Some people knows it like that. Oh, they got CPS over there. Oh, what's going on? Now that the folks looking at the whole house, they might not know what's going on in the video. They might think it's you. Having a child like that, behavioral problems are the norm. That's why the issue needs to be addressed. That's why counseling is very, 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 very important. Oh, it is. You're going to be all right, and prayer about it ain't going to do much. I'm letting you know right now. That's just a cop out. Folks sometimes don't want to be bothered. I'm going to pray about it. We need to pray about some counseling. The conversation needs to be had, how the young girl feels. Maybe not with the mom, but the counselor. How do you feel, honey? Let's talk about it. These feelings are valid. If you hear some sounds, I'm just going upstairs. These feelings that you are valid. But guess what? Something bad happened to you, but you're not a bad person. We want to protect you because we love you so much. We want to protect you because we care. This shouldn't have happened to you, but we did. Your body is still precious. You don't let anybody touch you. The therapy needs to be there. Just taking a shower and you're going to just go to sleep and it's going to be okay. How she feels. It needs, maybe she doesn't even know how to process how she feels. But again, in a situation like this mother doesn't have time for that. She's basically like fighting for her survival for herself, I think, and her children. Okay, get the car paid off. Still have an eviction. And once that's on there, hate to tell you, once they evict you, you can forget getting the place for many. It's very hard. And especially if they got those hedge funds on in these neighborhoods. Oh, child, don't put Wall Street in the mix when the hedge funds done showed up. Watch out. Don't put Wall Street in the mix. They have no, if they own it, you're out. They have no sympathy. I'm just checking my little positions in Walmart. Put them in the mix. Oh Lord. Okay. So yeah, it's things like that. What if someone has kids in their home, and that's when, like I said, she may not even be aware of it. Something like that happens. People may not want to have it exactly in their home. Oh no, I got daughters. Oh no, I got a son. Seriously, because I hate to say it, that you're going through, that could then carry over into someone else's home, their children. And that's why some people, they don't want to be, that's why they might be reluctant in trying to help the mother. Oh, I don't know, she got all that going on. Things like that. So in this case here, seeing this video, if she gets on her feet, and I hope that she does. Sometimes you go through a horrible thing like this here, and she probably can't see it. You never know. You're back against the wall, and you don't see a way out. Man, you might bust out and your entrepreneurship, your game, get on, be it entrepreneurship, be in trading, you'd be surprised. And it's like that lady that was killed by her dust bucket. What was her name? In Florida, and they were once homeless, and she had that on Facebook, and then her husband, yeah, he was the barbershop guy. He did hair, cutting hair and stuff. And what happened? Well, he hired someone to kill her, and he had a girlfriend. They were in Florida, and she became a millionaire. They were once homeless, and she married a low vibrational dust bucket. That's how I see him. And he hired somebody, person killed in her own home. None of the men were shot, just her. Strange. She went from homeless to a millionaire. So this right here, this could be her turning point. You never know. But I will say, this comment, some people may not understand. Honeydew 7737. Not wanting their kids around. That's why. That behavior. They don't want to expose their other children to it. What if someone has a teenage son in the home? And what if CPS does get involved, or just kind of checking into it? Next thing you know, well, who all lives here? Oh, now they want to know the homeowner. Who all lives here? Well, who do you think? It's not her house. Oh, you want their names too. See, now you got what they say, you got those folk up in somebody else's business. Now you got them in someone else's business. Somebody else's name. Nobody wants their name associated with this right here. Some people have certain things. They have government jobs. They may hold certain positions. They're not trying to hear about, were you associated with a case with CPS? Well, out of the person's statement, they don't want the association. They don't want the questions. Because let me tell you something. When you are doing well, there's always somebody want to bring you down. So it's things like that maybe she has not considered. They don't want to hear about, well, what's this child? No, wait a second. You're not putting my child's name, if I had one, in anything. You can see about them, but we're not doing that. Who's all in the house? None of your business. Well, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And like now, the report is not, I'm the homeowner. I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Things like that can happen. You don't need to know who my name is. You check me out. I beg your pardon. Let me go ahead and check you. Do you want to come house them? So people don't want all that intrusion into their lives. And that's what this kind of behavior can bring. They don't want, what if the kid does something, gets mad? Because you don't know. Oh, they got a teenage boy staying there. All it takes, did he do this? I don't know what the age is. She may say yes. Yeah. Not realizing the severity of it. We don't know. Next thing you know, your child is in. They're looking at him. So it's things like that. I think women in these circumstances, some people are not going to want you around, relative, friend or not. And that may be a factor as to why her help might be limited. She's got brothers, I think, sisters in different states. So just, you know how to get in the car and pack it up. Let's go. They have their own thing. It's things like that. Does these bring drama, heartache, SA to the children and trauma? The financial implications, the emotional implications. Not many people are willing to risk it. Not the nation, they don't want to risk it. It's a whole lot that goes on with it. So this here, I understood Honeydew 7737. I thought about this situation. All of that at the kid's birthday party. She gets an invite. Mommy, she doing this. She doing this. What's going on? What's going on? What did you do? Oh my! And that's the child's norm. Who wants that at the child's birthday? Again, that could expose you to it. So reasons like this here, that's why some people, they may give some money, but coming into the home, I understand why she has a problem with that. It's a whole lot to take on. People bringing kids to your home. What if one of them gets hurt? Oh, so-and-so hurt. All it takes. So-and-so, the lawyer said you can go ahead and sue. Hey, well, now I know they had the toy there, but so-and-so fell down and went to the ER. Can I get your insurance information? Say what? Somebody housed you for free. Well, and then you look up, what the hell is this? A letter from an attorney. Oh, they want the insurance. Oh, things like that. See, people like this here don't understand. There are people that are wealthy, they have multiple homes, and they have poor people in their family. They got under the Four Boys Billy in their family. He can be homeless. They may have 5 or 6 houses, and guess what? They're not gonna house under the Four Boys Billy because they know, oh, he's a he's beneath us. He's a risk. He's a liability. He may try to do something, get a little change. You don't think Jamie Dimon knows somebody that's probably poor or not? That's not rich. You want to bet? Search the family tree. Really? Yeah, man, I know Jamie Dimon. Won't so much. Sure do, buddy. But he ain't gonna help nobody. You know what I mean? So it's things like this here. Life is business, and a lot of people get the memo. Honeydew understands the assignment. Sisters Refuge understands. Some people don't. They just see, oh, just having a good Christian heart. A lot more to it. So anyway, let me know what you all think. But yeah, when I saw these 2 comments and I thought about that issue, I was like, boy, that kid. And I mean, I'm telling you, they tried to take her back. It's like within 6 months, tried to take her back. Within 6 months, tried to take her, and they wouldn't take them back. No, this is an adoption. This not foster care. It's an adoption. This is your child. It's not working out. They're not taking them back. So it's reasons like that I just explained to you. That's why when these things happen, for some people, it's self-preservation. That's why I hope it doesn't happen. But if someone realizes who she is and her child or children, they may not want to play with them. Everybody might get an invite except yours. I'll just say it's the reason for everything. So let me know if some people will agree, some will disagree. Let's have the discussion in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching, and I just hope for safety, peace, and please prosperity in these trying times. And I'm out.